Welcome. Today I will make one of the most iconic Polish food, the pierogi. There's a lot of variant for farce, which is stuffing. We can make with the potatoes and the cheese, with the meat. Also we can do a sweeter version with the strawberries and blueberries, but today I will make one of my favorite versions, with the boiled cabbage and mushrooms. For the farce we need only three things. We need the cabbage that have been boiled and minced. You can also cut, but I wanted to mince. The dried mushrooms, which also are boiled and minced, and cut onion. We are starting with the farce, as I said. We need to take our preheated pan with the oil, and then we are adding the onions. And we are sauteing it for at least 5 minutes. And we are seeing that onion has as you can see, the mushrooms are a little bit brown, so it's time to add the mushrooms. And we are sauteing it for 3 minutes because mushrooms were boiled before, as I thought. And then it's time for seasoning with the salt and pepper. Just a few dashes. As you can see, onions and the mushrooms are browned, and it's time to add boiled cabbage. And we are sauteing it for another few minutes until it's all combined and ready. The farce is ready. Now it's time to take it into the bowl to cool. It will take some time, but enough time to make a dough for a pierogi. Now we are making the dough. We need flour, a little bit of salt, vegetable oil, and while mixing with the hand, we are adding the warm water. And now we are kneading the dough. It can take some time. As you can see, the dough has formed a little bit. We can also add more flour if necessary. It's a little bit hard to knead it, but it's ready now. As you can see, it's soft and elastic. And now we can make pierogi. On the well-floured flour surface, we are taking a part of our dough, spreading a little bit flour to not stick on our rolling pin, and then we are rolling the dough. We do not want to be scared of the dough. We can use all of our force that we have. As you can see, it's sometimes sticking, so it means that we can add a little bit, not too much, but a little bit flour, and we are rolling it until it's thin. Okay, as we can see, the dough is now very thin. It's ready. There's a lot of gadgets that can make the circles ready for pierogi, but I will use the most classic way, which is only the glass. We are just simply making a wheel out of the dough, like we will do the same with the forms for gingerbread. it's really important to use very much force, because we need to make sure that the wheel of dough is not sticking. And after that we have our wheels prepared, we are kneading our dough again and rolling it again. And we are doing this until we don't have any much dough. As you can see, our sulcors are ready for making the pierogi. We take one and we are adding something around 1 spoon of the filling. On the middle we are adding, and we are making sure that it's not touching the outer zone of the dough. It should be looking like this, and then I'm holding this and folding the edges to keep the force inside, and we have a pierogi. We are adding it into the flour a little bit to not stick to each other, and we are making the rest. As you can see, our pierogis are ready, and we are adding them into our boiled water that is salted. One by one, we don't want any splashing of hot water. We are stirring because we don't want them to stick on the bottom of the... And we are now sauteing another onions, because they are very popular on a pierogi as a pouring thing. We can also make a butter with the breadcrumbs, but for this kind of pierogi it's very popular, the oil with the fried onions. As you can see, our pierogis are on the top of the water, which means they are ready, and I think it's the time to take them out of the water. I'm trying to take as much as I can. Of course, we don't want any water in the bowl or on the plate. Our last one. And the onions. With the oil a little bit. And our pierogis are ready to eat. Smacznego, which in Polish means enjoy your meal.